I actually made a review for this movie last night, but while I was editing it to have it be posted this morning, I fell asleep. And I realized the review video was already just botched at that point. So here I am remaking the review. Not only that, being fully awake because I was like half asleep as I was reviewing. But my thoughts are still the same on this movie. I think it wasn't that good, but it wasn't bad. Like, it's just Like, I think the concept of what they were going for, like this alien movie, it's about aliens. I thought what they were gonna do was not really reveal the aliens, but have them appear in like different forms, like what the trailer seems like it was promoting. But they actually show you straight up what the alien looks like. And I think it's been a week since the movie came out, so I'm a little late. They've already spoiled what the aliens look like, and they look exactly like the traditional aliens that you see on like stock images or whatever. The oval face, like gray, big black eyes. That's exactly what they look like. But that's not the problem here. I think the problem about this movie was that there were so many moments that they build up, and the payoff is kind of undeserved. And there are some moments where I just feel like it's a bit over the top because you don't really get much from what they were trying to show you. We're going to get into spoilers. Here's your spoiler warning. So this movie is about a dude named Danny, Danny Kellner, whatever. He worked for this like evil, shady government corporation called Wardex, and they were hiding 79 years of alien footage of, them interrogating them, experimenting them, studying them. It was inhumane and very wrong. Danny wanted to expose it because he believes that the people should know. While doing so, his girlfriend, Jane, is with him. They are on the run from the Wardex people. The big boy, the big boss of Wardex, Noah, he is trying to stop him. And we also get to see a weather woman, Margaret, who one day she was in her room. She sees a cardinal come into her room, and all of a sudden she becomes like omniscient. She like when she looks at you, she knows everything about you instantly. She's like trilingual. She can speak Russian, Korean. Her fluency in Korean, by the way, was really good. I gotta give her props to that. But she just like knows everything, and this like power that is just awakened in her, and we're wondering how, like, why did that happen? So while Margaret is trying to figure out what's going on and why she has to see Danny Kellner, she has to see him. She doesn't know why though. She just knows that she has to. Danny has to like meet up with her because when she was, the scene that you see plastered on the trailers where she just makes the I can't freaking do it. She makes these like weird alien sounds, right? Danny is the only one who can actually hear it in English because he also has an awakened power in him where he can hear the alien language in English, but he can also see math equations like he sees the answer just like that. Like he can see it. He's a freaking like a super calculator or whatever. I don't know. They don't really touch the math part a bit too much. It's the important part is this: he understands the language. He can translate it. So these two have to meet, and they have to also expose the alien files. That is like the premise of the movie, which I think is a fine like plot. Like it's not a bad written story, but there are moments where they hype it up, and I think the ending, it shows a bit more of it, but it kind of makes the whole thing a bit underwhelming. So what I mean by that is this is 79 years of footage, right? Like there's 79 years of experimentation and studying of these aliens, like ever since like freaking Nixon was president. And the only thing they were able to uncover, the only thing they got out of it was this little like gizmo thing that we see Noah, he uses it to kind of if you guys seen Doctor Strange 2, it's like kind of like dream walking. He dream walks in Jane's body to try and kill Danny so that that was like a way for him to stop him from exposing the alien files. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a pretty cool power. But that thing can also make you invisible because Margaret needed to hide herself and the team from Wardex. And at the end, when Wardex eventually catches up to her and they knock out all the electricity before she can broadcast the footage, she uses that thing to give her electricity, her backup. And I think it's underwhelming because that gizmo basically can do whatever you want it to do for the sake of the story to progress the way it should. And it's like there's no fixed ability and component for this. It's like an everything thingamajiggy, but like that's all it was. I was just kind of like, okay. But that's the only thing that they get out of this alien tech. Like, they've seen, like, the ships. Like, you see the UFOs here. They look really cool. They look well designed. But that's the only thing they got out of 79 years of footage. 79 years of experimentation. That's all they got. And there's, like, a good chunk of them. There's, like, multiple. Because, like, once you use one, like, I think one, like, freaking, like, it, like, burns out. It dissipates. Depending on how you use it. Margaret, like, that thing, like, freaking disintegrated. But that being the only alien tech visible in this movie just kind of made it felt like, oh, like that was kind of the device for how the plot progressed to where it should, and things just work out like that because of that device. I just thought that was a bit weird. There are some things that I need to complain about. There are some things that are like sinful in this movie. So I mentioned that Noah can, practically take control of her body and see everything, right? So when that was like kind of a failed attempt to kill Danny like sees that, and Jane tells him, hey, you can't trust me, so you need to tie me to this bed while they were like hiding in a motel. And Danny is aware of that. He has to hide every like thing of like writing that could maybe hint Noah to where they might be. He hides like the freaking QR code, the do not disturb hotel room paper thingamajiggy. He hides everything. But you know how Noah still eventually found him? So when he like gets control of her body, she sees that Danny is holding the paper where it has the hotel name, and that holds like the math equation to what Margaret's like news report alien language was translated to. He was holding on to that thing. Why couldn't you just put it in your pocket? Or why couldn't you just like hide it under your butt? Or maybe face it down, hiding away, getting like out of reach from Jane. Like, this is someone who has expertise and skills. Like, while yes, they do establish in the beginning he's not a field agent, he is smart. He is knowing what he has to do. But he completely dismisses that with the paper in his hand. And the name of the hotel clearly pops out. That's gotta be stupid. Like, I think this, because if anything, Wardex is really incompetent, and the only times they were able to catch up was because the people who were trying to run away from them didn't really try. Because at the end, when they went to go broadcast, they had no defense for Wardex. They just had to rely on, okay, let's do this quick. But they didn't even think to like have someone like stall for them, or maybe, I don't know. It just kind of felt like, because as incompetent they were able to, get to the places that they had to be because our heroes here didn't even try. I thought that was weird. Another example from when the Wardex was like so incompetent is that when Danny was trying to run away from them, like hiding from them as they like caught up to his like house, dude, they were like maybe like 5 feet away from where they were. Like, this is where like you're Wardex, and I'm Danny, hiding very close and very near. They don't notice. He clearly makes noise, by the way. Freaking branches breaking and whatnot. He gets into a car. No one hears it until he gets in the car, and he gets away. And by the way, the cars, like, they catch up pretty quick. How in God's green earth that when he crashed into the house to get Jane out, where she's like in like a freaking trance because Noah's got control of her, the cars are suddenly like taking like too long to get to them until he gets her in the car. And even after like they had to like eventually abandon the car, let it like, freaking auto drive with the when they put the rock on the gas pedal, that flies off the cliff and they catch up, but they're still there. Like, the two are still there hiding from them, and they're just like walking away, and nobody notices. Nobody thinks about like scouting, like, their goons out. Why? I just thought like moments like that is what made the movie felt goofy, and I think it could have been done better with stronger writing for how characters get to where they are, and the thing that they wanted to build up, give a bigger payoff for it. But in the midst of all of that, there are a few good things. There's like a good thing that I will say. I think Hugo, like the mentor of like the good people, basically, he's got the ability of like know it all, because like he's been in contact with the aliens. They've like awakened that power in him. I like when he spoke with Noah about like their ideologies kind of clash together, where Noah is like, we can't have the people know about this alien evidence. It will betray their very existence, thinking that they are the only ones. Like, oh, this is something that the world is not ready for. It can cause disruption and disorder. But Hugo counter argues with, while yes, this can cause confusion, there is beauty in which people can explore and believe in something that they have never believed before, and we cannot take control of what they can see and what they can't see. That is wrong. Like I think me just saying it just kind of sounds simple, but I think the way, like, I think that whole conversation was really good to hear. Like, I think they scripted that very well. But outside of that, the action in this movie, it felt lazy is all. And I think that just ruins like the good moments in this film. I think the acting was really good, by the way. I think Emily Blunt did an amazing job. But acting can only go far when the story if it's not strong, then the movie isn't either. But that's just my opinion. People are saying it's like horrible. I disagree. I think it was just fine. That's all I gotta say. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.